Good morning, grade 7 pupils of 𝗗𝗶𝘃𝗀𝗀. Welcome to the world of English 7. It is wonderful to note that we are on the second quarter of this school year, and I am sure we are all excited to learn new things that is beneficial for us. As others would say, welcome to the new classroom. Today we will be discussing about the search engine, part of the English 7 Quarter 2 Module 2. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Mr. 𝗚𝗶𝘃𝗶𝗀 from 𝗚𝗶𝘃 National High School, Pantukan North District. Before we proceed with our topic for today, allow me to present the objectives for this session. These are: 1. Define search engine. 2. Enumerate the different search engines commonly used. 3. Use search engines in finding information and resources. 4. Enumerate the steps in using a search engine. And 5. Use a search engine in finding information. Grade 7 pupils, get ready. Please get your pencil, notebook, your module, an extra sheet of paper, and please have a seat. I want you to go on your module, open it on page 7, and look for the activity, What I Know. Let us check your prior knowledge on the different basic internet questions. Choose the best answer. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Read the following questions and choose the letter of the best answer. I will be giving you enough time to look for the best answer after I read the last option. For question number 1, what is the World Wide Web? A computer game. B, a software program. C, another name for the internet. D, another part of the internet that enables information sharing via interconnected pages. There is letter C, another name for the internet. Question number 2. Which is the best search tool for finding websites? A, library. B, search engines. C, subject directories. D, discussion groups. Answer is letter D, search engines. Third question. Which of the following is not needed in using search engine? A, browser. B, internet connection. C, social media account. D, computer or mobile phone. The answer is letter C, social media account. Number 4. Which description does not apply to the internet? A vast network that connects millions of computers around the world. Letter B, a public network neither owned nor run by any one group or individual. Letter C, a catalog of information organized and fast-checked by a governing body. Letter D, an interconnected system of works that allows for communication through email and the World Wide Web. The correct answer is letter C, a catalog of information organized and fact-checked by a governing body. Number 5. Which one of the following is a search engine? A, Google. B, Netscape. C, Macromedia Flash. D, Librarian's Index to the Internet. The correct answer is letter A, Google. Sixth question. Which of the following is a true statement? A. Web sources must be cited in your report. You are not free to plagiarize. Letter B. You are free to copy information you find and include it in a report. C. You do not have to cite the web sources you use in your research report. D. You should never consult web sources when you are doing a research report. The correct answer is letter A. Web sources must be cited in your report. You are not free to plagiarize. Number 7. What is a URL? A type of UFO. B. A computer software program. C. An acronym for Unlimited Resources for Learning. Letter D. The address of a document or page on the World Wide Web. Is letter D. The address of a document or page on the World Wide Web. Question number 8. Why are search engines important? A. They sort through information, kind of like a library card catalog. Letter B. Makes it easier to find information rather than linking to it yourself. Letter C. You can narrow your search down to the exact information you need with a search engine. And letter D. All of the above. Correct answer is letter D. All of the above. Question number 9. Which of the following is a true statement about the internet and the library? They both. A. Close after hours. B. Provide up-to-the-minute news. C. Provide access to the newspapers, magazines, and journals. Letter D. Have an expert librarian or specialist to answer your questions. Correct answer is letter C. Provide access to newspapers, magazines, and journals. For the last question, which of the following is an example of URL? Letter A. https://www.classzone.com. B. Internet browser. C. Google Chrome. D. Facebook. Is letter A. https://www.classzone.com. On with our pretest. I hope you have good score. Let's proceed. Technology has brought us many changes. The way how we learn and discover things has changed also. Now, finding information using the search engine is one of the advancements in education that technology brought to us. In this lesson, we will learn all about search engines. Nowadays, libraries and the internet are two of the widely used and acceptable resources of information. You may compare and contrast the library and the internet using the activity below. I will be showing you and you will be observing the following pictures, and you write their similarities and differences using the Venn diagram indicated in your module. I will be showing you each picture for 10 seconds and I will give you 30 seconds to write the similarities and the differences of the library and the search engine. Are you ready? For our first picture. Observation is up for the next picture. I hope you were all able to gather the similarities and differences of the library and the search engine. Now, on a separate sheet of paper, you do a Venn diagram showing the similarities and the differences of the library and the search engine. I will be giving you 30 seconds to do this activity and write all your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Your timer starts now. Your time is up. I am sure and I am hoping that you were able to write all the similarities and the differences of the search engines and the library. Let's proceed with our next activity. Turn to page 6 of your module and look for the activity, What's New? Take a look at the pictures that I will be showing to you and recall if you have seen them during your web surfing. Are you familiar with the following? Using a separate sheet of paper, answer whether you are all familiar with these pictures. I will be giving you 10 seconds each to observe each picture. Picture number 1. Picture number 2. Picture number 3. Picture number 4. Picture number 5. And the last picture. With the help of your parents, your brother, your sister, or your guardian, kids, be sure to answer questions 1 to 3 on your page 6 of your English 7 Quarter 2 Module 2. Put your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Be sure to submit that one to your teacher. When we come back, we will be discussing what search engine is all about.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by Nueda Builders Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
And we are back to English 7 Quarter 2 Module 2 topic entitled The Search Engine. Let us further explain the use of a search engine in finding information. The question is, what is a search engine? A search engine is a website through which users can search internet content. To do this, users enter the desired search term into the search field. The search engine then looks through its index for relevant websites, and all the results are displayed in a form of a list. Some examples of a search engine are Google, Bing, and Yahoo. I will present to you 6 search engines or examples of search engines that we commonly use. Number 1. For Google, we use www.google.com. Number 2. For Yahoo, we use www.yahoo.com. For Yandex, number 3, we use www.yandex.com. The fourth example, AOL, www.aol.com. Number 5, Ask, www.ask.com. And number 6, Baidu, www.baidu.com. Kids, grade 7 students, here are 6 examples of search engines wherein we can use this one to search for relevant informations we can find on the internet. Let's proceed with an activity. On your page 8 in your module, you will see an activity entitled What's More? Let us practice finding information using your preferred search engine and fill in the table below. Put your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Be sure to submit this one to your teacher. Now, using the search engines, you will find the answers to the location or the country where the landmark belongs. Number 1. Statue of Liberty. The answer is USA. Let's proceed. Number 2. Eiffel Tower. The answer is France. Third one, Big Ben. The answer is London. Next one, St. Peter's Basilica. The answer is Italy. The next one, Stonehenge. The answer is England. Next one, Taj Mahal. The answer is India. Last 4, Buckingham Palace. The answer is London. Next one, Pompeii. The answer is Italy. Second to the last, San Juanico Bridge. The answer is Philippines. Now, I am very sure that you are now able to know how to use the search engines, and you know some examples of the search engines where we can use that one to find relevant information. Now, moving on with our topic, we will discuss how to use a search engine to locate an information. Remember, the creation of the internet has changed the way people around the world find information. Instead of opening books and reading books, dictionaries, phone books, and maps, people often choose the internet to find the information they need. But remember, kids, finding the right information on the internet can sometimes be difficult. Fear not. This lesson will help you find information from various resources using electronic search engine. But before we do that, I want you to open your modules on page 13 and do the activity entitled What I Know. Let us check your prior knowledge on the different basic internet questions. Put or choose your best answers. By using the table below, you have in there the KWL chart. Fill in what you know for letter K, what you want to learn for letter W, and what you have learned for letter L about searching through the internet. 30 seconds to do that one. Time is up. I hope you have written all your answers in a separate sheet of paper, and be sure to submit your output to your grade 7 English teacher. Now let's move on. Before we proceed on how to use the search engine properly, let us identify the parts of a search engine homepage in the following activity. Now, you have words found on the screen and also in your module, and these are the answers to the numbers found in your screen. Each number corresponds to a certain part of the search engine. I will give you an ample time to answer this one, and be sure to write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Go! I believe we are all done. Let's check your answers. For number 1, this part of the search engine homepage is what we call as the backward button. I hope you got it all correct. For number 2, this part of the search engine homepage is called the forward button. Congratulations if you got the correct answer. Number 3. Right, this is the web address. Number 4. Add new tab. The 5th one. Correct, this is the search bar. Number 6. You are right, this is the address bar. Number 7. This is a link. Number 8. This is the minimize button. Number 9, this is the maximize button. Number 10, this is the close button. I hope this time you are able to familiarize the part of a search engine homepage. Now let's move on how to research with the search engine. Remember, grade 7 students, this is very important because this is how you will use the search engine properly. Let us take note of a basic step in finding information as presented. Now, how to research with a search engine? Number 1, figure out what you need to know. It helps to start out by writing down everything you already know about your topic and what you think you may need to know for your topic. If you don't know anything about your topic, you can also try an encyclopedia website. An example, Encyclopedia Britannica. Or you can just simply ask your teacher. Again, the first step, figure out what you need to know. The second step, combine keywords to focus your search. For easy gathering of information, you may use several keywords inside quotation marks. You may also use some keywords that you have learned from one site to another to help you focus on the search topic. Again, the second step is combine keywords to focus on your search. The third one, double check your information. Look for sites that list their reference and source materials, which will explain where the author found the information. Grade 7 students, kids, always double check the information you find on the internet against an offline trusted resource to make sure it is correct. And the last one, bookmark reliable sites. When you find a site that is a good resource, add it to your web browser favorites or bookmarks so you can find it again easily. Remember, this will help you locate the resources in case you need the same information in the future. So again, kids, there you have it. How to research a search engine. Number 1, figure out what you need to know. Number 2, combine keywords to focus your search. Number 3, double check your information. And the last one, bookmark reliable sites. When we come back, we will be having our assessment and we will test you how well you have learned about the topic for today. So, just sit back and relax and we will be back.
The Radyo Z-eskwela program of the Division of Davao de Oro is being brought to you by 𝗚𝗶𝘃𝗀 Construction and Supply Incorporated, Maverick Builders Incorporated, Mitch Construction and Supply, Archicons Architectural Construction and Supply, DB Construction and Supply, Hanaway Builders Corporation, Phoenix Corvada Tagum Gasoline Station, Master Construction and Supplies, Mackenzie Builders, GP&H Construction Incorporated, Metro Gear Construction Corporation, NEN Builders and Development Services Corporation, Max Mays Enterprises Incorporated, We Inc. Construction Company, Rangay Construction and Supply, East Sussex Enterprise, WM Construction, Councilor Boogie and Miss Marjorie Vertodazo, Icon Builders and Supply, and Apex Mining Company Incorporated.
Welcome back. It's high time that we will be doing series of activities in order for us to apply what we have learned about the search engine. But before that one, there is one question. How does a search engine look like? I will be presenting to you different search engines and how do they look like when we try to browse them on the internet. First one, for Google. Next one, for Yahoo. Next one, for Yandex. Next one, for AOL.com. Next one, for ASK.com. And the next one, for Baidu.com. Once again, here are the examples of search engines that we normally use when we want to find relevant information on the internet. Now, let's do our first activity, found on page 17 in your module, entitled What's More? Let us practice your skills in finding information using search engines. Are we all ready? Let's start. Use the search engine to look for reliable websites to answer the following questions. Write your answers on a separate sheet. This is entitled Search Engine Challenge. Question number 1. When was Dr. 𝗚𝗶𝘃𝗀𝗃 born? The correct answer is June 19, 1861. Question number 2. How many planets are in the solar system? The answer is 8. Third question. What is the capital city of 𝗚𝗶𝘃 province? The correct answer is Bangged. Number 4. What is the scientific name for humans? Answer is Homo sapiens. The last question. Who painted the spolarium? The correct answer is Juan Luna. I hope you got all the correct answers through the help of our search engines. Let's move on to the next activity. On page 19, entitled What I Can Do, using a search engine, research about the city you want to see. Record all the interesting information you find and write it on the space provided. Using search engine, you will be able to find a city fact file. On a separate sheet of paper with your chosen city, write about the facts of your chosen city. What country does it belong? The population, the currency, the language, Find someone who is famous from that city and find a famous landmark from that city. Also, find other facts about that city and provide a picture of a famous landmark. Kids, students, be sure that you will be able to acknowledge the resources you find on the internet. We are avoiding plagiarism. After doing the activity, it's time that we assess ourselves on what we have learned with our topic. Go to page 11 in your module for your assessment, and I'm sure you are now ready to use the search engines to look for different information. Number 1. Who wrote the first opera? Number 2. What is utopia? Number 3. What was the first bank in the Philippines? Number 4. What was the first skyscraper? Number 5. What is the smallest bird in the world? Are you done? Let's proceed. A simple reminder, do not forget to answer the questions found on page 12 in your module. And be sure to submit your answers to your English 7 teacher. On page 21 is your final assessment. List down your 3 dream jobs in the future. With the help of a search engine, look for basic information on companies that you might like to work for in the future and write in the table provided. Your activity is divided into 2, Part A and Part B. For Part A, list down your ultimate dream job in the future, either a doctor, a teacher, a scientist, an artist, a dancer, a singer, or anything you want. For Part B, find the company information all related to your dream job. Now imagine yourself working in a company or organization in the future. Fill in the table with information you have found using the search, and when you are done doing this assessment, submit your answer or your output to your grade 7 English teacher. That is all for today. I hope we learned something about the use of search engines and how it is important in finding relevant informations when we browse on the internet. This is your Sir Ed Ian 𝗚𝗀𝗃𝗀 from 𝗚𝗶𝘃 National High School, 𝗚𝗶𝘃 Pantucan North District, Davao de Oro, saying, God bless and always have fun in learning.
Z-eskwela Executive Committee, the school's Division Superintendent, 𝗚𝗶𝘃𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Romel R. Handayan, OIC Curriculum Implementation Division Chief, Karina S. Frasco, School Governance and Operations Division Chief, Dr. Ruben J. Riponte. Members: Cecilia Morales, Dr. Hilda A. Opeña, Dr. Arlene B. Lim, Dr. 𝗚𝗶𝘃𝗀𝗀𝗃, Dr. Dexter A. Siquinia, Nohara O. Pinute, Noemi P. Canales, Dr. Grace D. Pontillas, Virgilito C. Pabrices, Juanito Lapiceros, Engineer Norberto S. Manlangi, Jomar M. Dumupoy, Bob Dalan S. Milabat, Medard T. Ampit, and Paz Eugenia Villusino. Technical Working Committee, Productions and Communications, Lorely E. Quijano, Given G. Hinampas, Judyland D. Yu, Donna D. D. Bolifer, Mary Rose N. Resma, Riven Manuel, Irene Lea C. Manguhon, and Bessie Aya N. Banias. Social Media and Packaging Team, Christian and Hara L. Martesio, William R. Ranara, Joan T. Iscoton, Roberto S. Acusar Jr., May B. Istanyol, Richard H. Arellano, Lee L. S. Blanco, Ralph A. Tabanyag, Angelo Gutierrez Jr.,
and Jade Karen Arais.